everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Assassin's Creed, your #1 podcast for all things Assassin's Creed. I am back on another highlight. Sorry, I totally forgot what episode this was, because I'm not actually doing it from a script, because all this information is just stuff I've been researching today only. I've known about it all week, but it's best to bring it up now. So, like I did last month, I'm doing a highlight every month from Lotus News. Sometimes I can't catch it all, so I do ask if you guys have any news you want to share or highlights from Assassin's Creed. Email me at assassinscreedletstalk@gmail.com or join the Let's Talk Assassin's Creed community Facebook and chat away, and you can help me then. So what's been happening? Well, nothing much. Really, nothing at all, but doesn't mean I have not got some interesting news for you all. So, the first interesting news we're going to talk about isn't specifically related to Assassin's Creed, and is a topic I wanted to avoid from day one because I hate the console wars. You know, I love everything, doesn't matter. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because it does have an impact on the next Assassin's Creed, and that is Sony unveiled the DualSense controller. I'm not going to talk about it because that's not what this podcast is about. The reason I'm bringing the DualSense up is because of two features, and two features that if implemented will make Assassin's Creed a bit more cooler, and they are adaptive triggers and haptic feedback. And the blunt of it is, adaptive triggers, is said in a blog post, can help you feel the different tensions between a bow and a gun. Now let's ignore the guns, but let's focus on the bow. Now, if you remember in Origins and Odyssey, you use a bow quite a lot, so you could imagine the tension, feeling the tension of a bowstring. That would make it kind of sick. And Odyssey and Origins, except for me, I have update controls, do use R1 and R2 for swings. So really, could adaptive triggers make the R1 button feel dead light and easy, but the R2 quite heavy to throw a sword. So it can give that adaptive technology for light and heavy attacks, make it more immersive. And the other one is haptic feedback, which they described as if you're driving a car through mud, you can feel it between the difference between a smooth road. And I think that'd be cool because imagine Origins again. Imagine driving your horse through a cobbled street and the controller vibrating to match the cobbles, but then the vibrations slow down, become more sluggish when you go through sand. You know, I think this is kind of epic. I don't know if they'll do it or not, but could you imagine that immersion? Or we go to Unity, you know, as you free run parkour down onto a metal beam, the control actually vibrates as you hit that beam, so you vibrate differently every surface you hit on your parkour down. Or maybe it vibrates a little bit on a slated roof compared to sheet roof. You know, just little things like that. You know, I'm not really interested in the actual control or anything. I just think that technology could make Assassin's Creed a bit more immersive, especially if we're playing Viking. You know, imagine when you're swimming, it actually vibrates in the water as if you're getting pushed around by waves. You know, that little bit of immersion, kind of sick in my eyes. So let's actually jump into something more Assassin's Creed related, and that was the leaked trophy list for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, we don't know the actual name, if it's Ragnarok, Valhalla, or as Joe Strider from Kotaku reported, Kingdom. We don't know, so let's not debate it. That's for another topic. But everyone got excited about the leaked achievements. People were telling me it looked amazing, and I agreed. I was like, oh my god, this is sick. And then, along with a fellow YouTubers that I watch, I did a bit of digging as well. And I kind of noticed there was a lot, and I do mean a lot, of mini spelling mistakes. And yeah, not to put it bluntly, but if it was a legit achievement, there wouldn't be spelling mistakes. So, you know, that kind of threw it out the water. The other one that I liked was the sequences. It was actually memory 1, memory 2, memory 12, memory 13. But the problem with that is Ubisoft have always gone forward. They never go back, they always evolve. And now, if you know, Syndicate was the last game to do memories. One was Origins was like missions, and Odyssey was something else. My brain's fried. So for them to go back and do memories will defeat this philosophy of going forward. Now they might do it. I'm not saying they're not, but it just doesn't seem like something they would do. Seeing as Layla Hassan's one now using the Animus. And it doesn't seem Layla is very interested in using memory sequences, because it's just a homemade portable Animus. So that was a bit odd. And the other one which I'm mixed on was there was links to co-op. Now co-op will be cool, and I'm not saying it's not gonna be there, but I don't know, the issue I have with the co-op is it's gonna be coming out when cross-gen's it's gonna be a cross-gen title. It's gonna be PS5 and PS4, but the cross-gen what's it called, multi-platforming might be a bit tricky to implement. You know, like with Black Flag had multiplayer, but Black Flag was PS4 and PS3. They didn't really have cross-gen multiplayer, so I kind of think multiplayer will be their next gen leg up, like Unity. You know, what drove Unity for next gen was multiplayer. You know, oh look at this, Viva Evolution in Paris, plays Arnold Dorian, look at the stealth skills. Oh wait, there's multiplayer, and that's something, you know, that they've said they want to bring multiplayer back, but bringing it for PS5 would be amazing. You know, oh look, here it is, it's next gen, it's big, take a hold of it, it's gonna be epic, and that sounds pretty cool. So the next thing I've just been alerted to now, with a bit of some friends, is everyone out there has their own opinions about Odyssey. I'm not going to go into it, I've had too many arguments. But the head of Assassin's Creed director has said that Odyssey was lacking in some assassin-y stuff, like stealth and all that. And they said they want to bring that feel back. So the good news on that front is that Ragnarok, or Kingdom, I'm going to call it Ragnarok because I think that name's dope and it fits in with the Isu story Odyssey built. But that means Ragnarok could have a bit more foothold in Assassin's Creed with stealth, hidden blade, you know, stuff that makes it assassin. They did hint at Leap of Faith, and if you look at the animation between Odyssey's Leap of Faith and Origins Leap of Faith, Odyssey resembles more of a swan dive from Tomb Raider, which does kind of fit into the lore that was the Medjais who originated the Leap of Faith, so it does kind of fit in that. Maybe they didn't do a real Leap of Faith, it was just like a mock one, a swan dive. Could be wrong. So it's pretty interesting to hear that the next game, Ragnarok, could have a bit more assassin-y feel to it. How it works, I don't know. I don't hate any Assassin's Creed games. I love them all. Everyone has faults. Everyone has positives for them. But I am terrified for Ragnarok because we already have several hints at the Viking era with set lore, and I'm terrified that might contradict itself, because we have the Templar agent, I forgot his name, that was in Odyssey that got nearly killed at the end. Spoiler, but I won't say anymore. He had a Viking ancestor that was found out in Rogue. Sorry, I did the research, but kind of forgotten. Then there was the Last Descendants novel that had a whole story around Harold the Bluetooth in Viking era, and the Fear Prong from the Trident of Eden. So I'm scared, okay? Like, just scared, you know, like, where can it fit in? I know the Viking era isn't just one pair, and it is quite big, but is it going to be before Last Descendants, after Last Descendants? Is it going to tie in with the Templar agent who has a Viking ancestor from Rogue? You know, we usually get an era where there's nothing new about it, but this time we're getting something that was there. It's just like my fear for Origins when I heard Anunet, aka Aya, was going to be in it, because we knew Aya existed from Assassin's Creed 2, so it's kind of that scared feel, and because they're doing an Isu themed lore, I'm a bit worried. But I'm going to end today's episode on a happy note. One, that I want you all to cross your fingers and pray with me, but we could, pinch of salt, we could be getting an imminent tease to Assassin's Creed Ragnarok. Dun-dun-dun. And why, you may ask? Well, on Twitter today, legit today, somebody posted a tweet, what is the best video game intro? And, nothing interesting about it. But then Ashaya Ishmael, if I butchered that name, I'm sorry, I can't get my Twitter up to check his name. Actually, I'm going to try and do it. I've got 2 minutes left before my microphone dies. I love it when people correct my spelling. I'm dyslexic, people. Leave me alone. Sorry, where's he gone? There he is, sorry. Yes, I pronounced his name wrong. Ashraf Ismail, who made Assassin's Creed. So the tweet was, the best opening sequence for a video game is ... And Ashma Ismail, who worked on Black Flags, Origins and Ragnarok, replied ... Wait. Question comma ... What this means, we don't know. Okay, we know nothing. But when you look at Ashma's actual Twitter, he's been very silent about any Assassin's Creed stuff. He's not made any leaks. He's not gone, oh yes, this is what we need. He's just done a couple of things, but this is the first time he's actually, this is just like, what are you going on about? Wait, what? There was something as well ages ago where he posted a picture and it was something about a new comment about a new journey, and it was a picture of Origins. It wasn't a tease, we know that, but this time it feels like a tease because he's like, well, he's kind of going, well, wait. So it just means that this next Assassin's Creed might have a killer intro. So I don't know. We'll have to see. So I'm going to leave it there for tonight because my brain's fried from all this information. I'm still getting messages now. So if it is an imminent leak, thank God. I am dying for a new Assassin's Creed. Literally, I love Origins and Odyssey, but I really want a new one. If it's just nothing, then it's nothing, but we won't know till he says more. So thank you again for listening. This is Highlights Part 2. Remember to check out my social media and keep an eye on the social media because I do have a special surprise incoming soon, but I cannot say anything yet. So thank you all for listening.